Hey, hi, welcome back to my channel everybody. My name is Heather and this is Made with Love. A few months back I had bought this ceramic, supposed to look like rain boots or boots anyways for your garden. When I got it, it was all peeling and somebody had done some decoupage on it, and it was in blue butterflies, and I think the paint was a pink or a creamy beige or something, and it was all flaking. And so I got these for either $2.50 or $3.50, so it's a pretty good size ceramic planter. And I was gonna paint it, I spray painted them red, and then I taped off the bottom, so I painted the bottom black so they look like boots. I was trying to find throughout my garden for this past summer, I was gonna put flowers or butterflies on here, doing my decoupage with the napkins, but I didn't find the right size of flowers or butterflies that I liked. So then I set it aside, wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it. But I've got this faux fur out lately, and when I put the faux fur, it was just the other day, I was just there, I can't even talk. The boots were just sitting over here in the craft room the other day when I was doing the other craft, and I had the faux snow stuff and I threw that down, and the faux fur kind of hit the boots, and I really liked the way it looked, and I thought, well, with these fake fur or the faux fur put trim on here, they look like Santa's boots now. So that's what I'm going to do. Just waiting for my glue gun to heat up. So I'll be right back because I think I forgot to turn the extension cord on. My glue gun's plugged in, but the extension cord's not. So I will be right back as soon as the glue gun has actually heated up. Sorry about that. I plugged the glue guns in, forgot to plug in the extension cord. Okay, so my glue gun is ready. I'm just going to take this so I can see. So I'm just gluing this. It's just this faux fur. I think this one may have been off of a Santa hat that I had a couple of years ago. I'm just going to put some hot glue along the back here. See what I'm doing. It's just very awkward. Pot to try to glue. I also want to glue like around here, but I also want to put hot glue up along the top so I can pull the fur up to all the way up a little taller, so it kind of hides anywhere where the paint kind of, just anywhere where some of this paint kind of got chipped off at the top when I used the spray paint, and I had laid it flat down and then I lifted it up. I kind of peeled some of the paint off because it got stuck to the surface that I was using. I'm just going to glue. Glue this around the top first, and then I will glue the sides. So I don't know how much of this this fur trim I will need, because it's a little bit different shape because it's curved. It's like two curves coming together. My hot glue guns are just not working very good lately either. I'm gonna have to get a better hot glue gun. I was making something the other day and I plugged in my glue gun. I was trying to figure out why I was going through the glue sticks so much faster. And I plugged in my high temp glue gun and I was using my low temp glue sticks. So the glue gun was just melting the glue sticks faster than I was, using them. So doing that, always make sure you grab the right glue sticks for the right glue gun. Again, my little trick is you put a little bit of glue on the end and then it will stick to the next glue stick, and it just makes it a little easier to, unless you get glue stuck to your finger and then the glue stick gets stuck to your finger. And then in this, to make this really nice Santa pot look really good, I bought these poinsettias. Got them from a local thrift store a couple weeks back. I paid more than I would normally pay at a thrift store for florals, but they're really, really nice. And I know I would not be able to go into like Michael's or anything, and they're not my budget to buy if I went into Michael's. See, look at that, this glue stick. That glue stick does not want to be used, so I'm just going to get a new one. Okay, now I'm just going to go around the bottom and glue. Glue going down the sides to do this fur down the sides. Add some glue in here. Got the fur glued on. Oops. Here, look, I missed. I think I've got this all glued in place now. These are the Santa boots. Look like this. I'll just be fluffing up this fur a little bit just to get rid of some glue, glue flyaway webs. There. This is the back and this is the front. Just gonna push this in so you've got, you can kind of see where the two boots would be. There's that side and there's that side and the back. Like I said, I'm just going to set this aside and show you the poinsettias. It's this really big bundle. I got it at my local thrift store for, take us here, $7.50 for all these florals. If I can get the tag undone. Just grab the scissors. So I got it tied on here. See, local thrift store, $7.50. So I don't even know what I got for florals. I haven't undone this yet. I'm just doing it now. So I don't even know what is on here. So there's a gold pick of berries, this gold pick of these branches. This is just some leaves. I want to separate these. That's just a leaf. So here is the poinsettia. I'm going to have to trim these down. I'm not sure how, I don't know how big I need. Here's another poinsettia. Let's see, these branches, they got these all tangled and looped around each other. So I don't know what is in here. It's a mix of lots of things. Here's another with the red glitter berries. So I'm just going to pause and separate this bundle so I know what I have to work with. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got them separated. So for $7.50, I got one big bunch of this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 little smaller little bundle picks kind of stuck on one big thing. So I'll cut those apart. I may not use them in this arrangement. Sure I won't, well for sure I won't be keeping them on the one big stick because that's just too much. I got this one pick here. It's a really nice one. It's got the two-toned holly leaves. So it's got the green on one side and burgundy on the other side. One of those. Two of these little things want to stick to the tablecloth. I don't know what kind of bush or leaves or whatever these are supposed to be, but there's two of them. So they got these leaves that are in gold and green, and the little flower parts are in gold. There's two of those. There's one, there's the other one. So those would be nice to have, you know, coming down one on each side of Santa's boots. Then these big poinsettias here, they're a really nice burgundy color and really good sized leaves. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Then there's this one lone little gold little pick branch. I've got more of these, so I don't know if I'll use it on this project, but I do have another arrangement I was making with these. So I might just set this one aside and keep it for my other arrangements. Same with these. I don't know if I would use these berries in with these ones yet. Well, maybe not the gold for sure, because I don't want to do the gold. I want to keep with the red. But I got 2 gold pick berries. And there was the red ones. There's the one red and this really nice glitter. And then there was another 4. Just another picks of the 4 red berries. Those I definitely want to use in this arrangement. So my first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this first big bundle here, and I'm just going to grab my wire cutters, and I'm just going to cut all these off. I'm just going to pull all this flowers up the stems, and I'm just going to cut them all off. And you can do in one clip. Let's see. I got like half of them done in one clip. I'll get the other ones done. That didn't. Did I get them? Maybe. Yeah, those ones. And there's a few more. Let's see. Like I said before, if you didn't hear me before, but I always save these flower pick pieces. They work good for other things. For Halloween, I had taken a whole bunch of them. I spray painted them black, and then I just stuck them in my floral foam, and I just made this huge display, and I just had them stuck in the floral foam, and I had the haunted house in front of it, so it looked like the house was surrounded by like a real haunted forest. So I always save those. You can also use them for other things, like sometimes your floral arrangements or your pot, your whatever you're trying to put your florals in is bigger than the stems. So you can always just keep the extra stems and just tape them with masking tape, duct tape, floral tape, or anything, just to kind of make your stems larger if you need to, if you're using a much deeper pot. But I'm just going to set these aside. And I'm just going to set all these ones aside because I want to get to the big ones. Because these ones here, I know I'm going to have to trim them because they are way too long for the Santa boots. But I do have another pot that I use, and as big as these are, these would not fit in one of my pots. So I've got pots that are bigger than this. So that's another reason why I do like to keep them, and then you don't have to use so much floral foam or fillers in your jars if you just keep extra long stems. Like, see if I put this here, see, it's like, so I'm gonna have to go, I want the flower to be about here, so just where the first leaf is, so I can guess it would be about, I'd have to, just based on the sizing, just using the side of where the bottom of the pot would sit, like where the florals would sit, so I'd have to trim it to about here. So if I trim the one, then I know exactly, and make sure it's the right size, and I can trim all the rest to the same size. I'll just set that side, so let's just make sure it's the right size. Yep, that's a little bit shorter. Flower, the leaf can be moved up, but that is the right size. So I'm just going to cut all the rest of these to about the same length. Seems to be the right size. Just using the one as a guide so I can just line it up. Oops. One more trim. Set those down. Now I've got this. Now I'm not putting floral foam. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm not going to put the floral foam in here just quite yet. I do like to try to arrange it to see how I like that, how I want them to stand, because I know I will need the floral foam, but I just want to make sure I get this height right, that I like the way they're going to fit in here. See, that's the right height. I like how it's all sitting above the amount of florals that are standing above the edge of the fur. I like that because then these will be the height of where everything will be. And between the top of the fur and the top of these florals here, I can fill in with the more green. So these are the right height. So now that I know that for sure is the right height, I'm just going to grab the floral. I used these the other day. That's why these chopsticks are still in here. The hydro dipping ornaments. See, they both fit just right in there. I'm not worried at the moment to like cut these down. Like these floral foams, I got these, Salvation Army for 99 cents a brick. So I don't always take the plastic off. I don't always take the labels off. Like in a container like this where you can't see through, it doesn't matter. Now if I was putting it through, if I was going to use the florals in my clear vases, I would always take the labels off for sure. As for taking off the plastic, I don't always, unless the plastic gets, like these are brand new ones, so they've been used the one time for the drying of the hydro dipped, and I think I've used it one time for another, I think that was for the Halloween one I did. I borrowed a couple of these, but for now for this one, I'm not going to take the plastic off. It protects them, keeps them clean, makes them last a lot longer if you keep the plastic on. Mostly what these do is they also just give me the filler too, so they fill up the whole center here. So now I don't have to worry about sticking these into the floral foam. I can just stick them between the foam and the side of the container. So I'm just going to put one to this side, and I'm going to put one onto this side. And if I felt like they were going to start to tip or anything, then yeah, I would. I could still, like, if I lift this up, I guess I can do this. So I know it will fit all the way down, so I know that it fits in this top of the Santa boot, so it comes up to, so there's just maybe like about half an inch from the top of here to the top of the boot, so I know that if I'm sticking this down in the side, and this will be on the right boot, so if I felt that I needed to, I can just press this into the floral foam, just so it will help hold it. And then if I put the floral foam back in, and see, it's going to help it hold it up. At this side, it's so tight on this side that I don't think I need to do that, but just move these leaves down. Okay, well, it won't move. Okay, I'll do that in a second. So I'm just gonna put one of these in the back. Again, the back has the two side by side, and there's a big gap. So I just pressed it into the floral foam from behind it. And I'm gonna put. Maybe I'll do that for all of them because this one also wants to just kind of tip funny. There, just kind of get it into the floral foam a bit. Kind of just hold it and just kind of hold it into its place. And I'm going to put one in the front. And I'm going to trim this one down a little. It's kind of hard that this front one is angled. I'm just going to cut this off. And just stick this in the front because I want it a little bit shorter, right there. And same with this one. I'm going to trim this one off a bit too, because these are the ones at the front, so I want them to be shorter. Just kind of fluff out these. Not so worried about fluffing all the the leaves and petals at the moment, but just kind of as I go along, just to make sure that they're not. Okay, sorry, I guess my phone had cut out, but I finished putting all those flowers into place. So that's all the poinsettias and the little berry picks, well, the green berry picks. So now I have place would be the red berry picks. And I have the two really large ones. I really don't know what these plants are called. They have a tag on here, but I can't read. It's written in French. I don't know what it says. Just a bunch of numbers. So I'm just going to put these up here. Put these here at the center. Push these right into the center on this side, and I'm going to get the other one, and I'm going to press it right into the center of this one. Hey, sorry, my camera just stopped. I'm not sure where I was when it stopped, but I had these two long pieces, and I was just putting them into the center. I'm just trying to arrange how I'd like to have these big gold pieces kind of fall. I don't really want them to come down too much in the front here. I just kind of want them to come down like the sides. So I'm just playing around with how I'd like these to kind of fall down. They kind of look like gold icicles, kind of. And then all I have left are the berry picks. There's the one berry pick that has all the glitter. So I really want this one right in the front here. I'm going to poke this right through somewhere. There. Twist it down. So I'd like them to kind of come. I just want them to kind of come more down the front of the boots. And then I've got 4 of these ones. Of course, now they're all tangled. 4 of these, they're really nice red, shiny. I'm going to put one on this side here. So I'll have it partially coming down and partially standing up. There, and same with on this side. If I can get this one to kind of come in on this side. Hard to see where I'm trying to poke them because I can't quite see with all the other poinsettias and leaves that are already in there. It just does not want to go. Get this a little closer so I can see where I'm trying to poke down. And I've got one more here. I'm going to put this near the back a bit. At the top. And the other one over on the other side up here near the top. Like that. Move that around. Bend it. Bend the berries down so they kind of go in a few different directions there. Because I don't like my berries to all just be stuck in and then sticking straight up. I like them to kind of go different directions. I'm just going to press this one back a little further and get these poinsettias to come. I'm going to bend this poinsettia in the front, come down just a little more. And this one a little more to this way. I really like how this is looking now. So I'm just going to try to angle it more in the front. In front of me so you can kind of see how it's looking, but I kind of flip out the berries and the poinsettias in the back here. Like I said, I decorated all sides really well. Done the back. I like to decorate the back really well. Some people just leave the back kind of plain. I like to have stuff in the back so that wherever it happens to be sitting, if it's sitting on a table and happens to be in a place where people walk by and they can see it from all angles, or if you set it in your front window, people can see the back of it. So that's what I like to do. I always like to have it designed where you can see everything from like all four sides really well. So I usually put mine on my dining room table, so when I'm making centerpieces for the dining room table, you want that 360 view. Or if I also put them on a few different end tables I have in my home, and the main floor of my home is open concept, so you just wander from room to room, so you can get like I like to be able to see everything from every angle. So it just looks well put together. Just gonna move this leaves down back here. So not covering the poinsettias at the back. Just move those down a little, move that there. There. Really liking how this has turned out. And who would have thought that I made this whole arrangement for under $10? See, you probably couldn't even buy the faux fur package at Michael's for $10, and for under $10, I said the ceramic pot was from a local thrift store. It was either $2.50 or $3.50. I bought it back in April or May. I can't remember the exact price, but it was a really good price. And I got all these florals for $7.50, and I didn't even use them all. I took the ones that I took out the gold ones, which I'll save for later, and there was a few odd leaves, stems that were just the leaves. There was no poinsettias left on them, so I set them aside. I was going to head them to the side in case I needed the leaves as fillers, but there's so much other stuff in here, and I don't need the leaves for fillers. I said the fur that was on here was a Christmas hat I had a few years ago. I had my puppy, she's almost 4, so when she was, just a puppy, she was chewing everything. She chewed the Santa hat, and the fur was really good. She didn't really chew too much of that, so I saved the fur off the Santa hat, which the Santa hat I bought at the dollar store for under $2 anyways. And spray paint, and I always have spray paint around the house, and this red spray paint would probably be about $10 a bottle. Like when I do my other projects with the spray paint where I live, doesn't matter if I go to Walmart, Lowe's, Canadian Tire, or Home Depot, I spend between $10 and $14 for a can of spray paint. I did find white and black spray paint at, I believe it was Home Depot, for under $5 a can, but they only had it in black and white. But yeah, other than that, it's like spray paint's, over $10 a thing, so very careful with the amount of spray paint I used. And then this black paint here was not the spray paint. It was just a kid's craft paint that I have, and it's a matte. I would have preferred black, or would have preferred if it was shiny. But now that I've actually seen it all decorated, I think I like the contrast of the matte bottom of the boot versus the top shiny part of the boot. I might still put a stencil on here on the side of it, just maybe like a snowflake stencil or something, just because I'm that type of person. I like something on the sides of shoes when I decorate different things. I'm not sure if I will, what kind of a stencil I would put on there. I'd have to find one the right size and the right shape. And you know, for right now, I'm liking the having only the white being here. I don't know, I'll have to wait and see after a few days of sitting in my house if I still would like to add something there. But I'm really liking this, the contrast of the red shiny and the black matte, and the white really stands out with all the rest of the reds and greens in here. There is a little bit of gold, which is good because my house has got lots of gold in it. I'm not one of those people who don't like everything black and white. I like shiny stuff. I like bright colors. I like red. If you can see behind me, everything is, you know, like, or very solid colors. Like every wall in every room in our house is mostly painted the same color here, whatever color this is. And then I bought this painting, or this, I guess it's a print, and I didn't realize it till I started actually filming that, you know, like, I only see kind of reflection of every so often when I'm looking at the camera and kind of look behind me, see what you guys can see. And sometimes I'm amazed that, you know, Audrey blends in so well that she actually looks like, in some angles, she actually looks like she was actually painted on the wall, because the color is of the background, it just blends in so well. But yeah, so there I've got my Santa boot poinsettia floral arrangement. I do have pictures on Facebook, I believe, what these boots did originally look like. I will find them and I will try to figure out how to put the still photos in this video. If not, I can probably somehow figure out how to add photos into the description box somewhere. I'm sure one of my kids know how to do that, just so you can see how you can take something that you see that's might not be something that you want. Like when I first saw them, I left them there the first time I saw them. They sat at the thrift store for probably about over a week before I came back, and they were still sitting there, so that's when I grabbed them. So I was surprised they were still there, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them. Even after when I brought them home, they sat untouched for over a month before I even looked at them again, trying to figure out what I would do. So yeah, don't pass up things at thrift stores, like floral arrangements and stuff. Florals, pretty good place to get florals. I always find florals cheaper at the local thrift stores versus even garage sales. People want, you know, spend more money on stuff. They really want their money back on garage sales. So if, thrift stores are a pretty good place to find florals. Again, just pick and choose. I've done a few things with different florals. I've dipped them in things, spray painted them, see how they turn out over the past, you know, quite a few years now. And so I'm still experimenting different techniques to really make them, so I don't do the coloring or dyeing of the flowers. I know there's ways you can do it. Spray paint on the flowers I've bought, because I buy them from the dollar store if I'm going to experiment, and I've seen people do tutorials on them, and it doesn't seem to work for me. But if you want to try spray painting flowers, go try spray painting flowers. I've dipped them in various things. I know we did a craft last Mother's Day with my Day Home kids. We made a really nice floral arrangement for the moms, and we dipped the flowers in, I think we had it soaking for a weekend, for like 1 or 2 nights. I think what we did is we soaked them in on the Friday, and I brought them out of the solution on the Monday, and it was a borax and water solution, and they came out and they were all nice, glittery, shiny. I've got a few that were left that the kids, you know, they pick and choose which ones for their moms, and I've got a few left now. It's been, I think, 2 years now, and the borax has stopped, just fully dry, but they're no longer shiny crystals. It now looks like white snow. So I'm going to find those florals, and they might be interesting to make a winter floral arrangement with those ones. Let's see, I think that's about it. I've said, got all this stuff behind me, all these different projects I've been working on, I've been filming, and it just takes a lot longer than I thought it did to film and to edit and to upload than I realized it took. So I'm hoping I'm just going to get faster and better at it, and it won't take so many days in between, you know, filming to get it up onto YouTube. I'm not too sure if I want to do live. I like the fact that doing it pre-recorded means I can stop for emergencies if something were to happen. Like, I can hear my puppy, she wants outside now. She's scratching at the door, whining. I've got my cats in here as I was cutting off the stems. The little end pieces went flying across the floor. Both my cats were in here, taking them out down the hallway somewhere. So then with my kids coming home and stuff, it's nice that I can just pause quickly, deal with my kids, and not have to try to do anything, you know, too much that way. Okay, thank you everybody for watching, and see you in my next video.